Welcome back to Good Day Columbia. Time now is 8:13, and just about every day on the news, there's a story of youth violence. Young people are dying, going to jail, or not living up to their potential, and the city of Columbia wants to do something about that. Joining me now is Kim Mitchell and Lieutenant Ron Felder of the Columbia Police Department. Thank you so much for being here this morning.
Thank you for having us.
We appreciate it. And every time we talk about the youth, and especially something dear to my heart, have a lot of family that are still young, that are youth, and just in general in the community. You don't want to be in a community to know that your neighbor was gunned down or this person was shot or so. National Youth Violence Week, it kicks off this Sunday. Kicking off Sunday with a vigil, is that correct? Kim?
Correct. It's a candlelight vigil for families who've been affected and people who've been affected by youth violence. And we want to come together and remember those folks and let people know that, the city is trying to do something to, prevent that, and we need their help.
And there's also youth violence. I know this is kind of separate, but yesterday we had the 4 teenagers from Tennessee, the murder suspects who were arrested here in Newberry County. They were 15 and 16 years old. When you hear that, what does that do? And to know that events like this is very beneficial.
Well, one thing we try to do with our event is to stop that. Those kids unfortunately has made life-altering decisions, and with this Youth Violence Prevention Week, what we're trying to do is empower them to make better choices. And we see right now these children are making poor choices, and this couldn't come at a better time this upcoming week for Youth Violence Prevention Week.
And speaking about having programs available and trying to empower the students, young people, there are a lot of different programs across the city of Columbia, but there's one in particular that you all focus on, Operation Risk, correct?
Yes, rescuing our inner city kids. We've been in inception about a year. Okay. It was the brainchild of a gang agent by the name of Lance Adams. We've twerked it a little bit. It's not a scared straight program. It's a reality-based program trying to make these young people be productive citizens. It's an incarceration area, but it's not a scared straight program.
And sometimes they probably need that scared moment to say, this is what reality will look like if you keep doing this.
Yes, and on the difference from a scared straight program, when we get that scared portion, there's the teaching portion now. Then we're really trying to empower them now and showing them better decision-making skills.
Gotcha. Now, Kim, there's a variety of events that's taking place this week, and there's even one that kind of stands out to me, Man in the Mirror. What is that about?
That's our youth panel on Wednesday at City Hall at 6 o'clock. And it's for the youth, so we encourage parents to bring kids who may be at risk, high risk, or maybe on the fence, and to hear the DJJ insiders talk about what it's like to be incarcerated. And I believe we'll have some of our risk students who haven't got there yet, but so you have both ends of the spectrum speaking to the youth.
And Lieutenant Felder, working with so many young people, for those that are watching now, what would you tell them? Many times young people feel like, oh, I don't want to listen to them. They're grown. They don't know what they're talking about. What would you tell them? Because you see this every day.
And unfortunately, I do. And I see the consequences of these poor choices. And what we're trying to do now with this risk program is to empower them. And most of the young people, they want to feel that you're being sincere to them. And that's how you get them. If you're being sincere to them and you really care about their well-being, then they're receptive for what you're trying to say. So you got to be honest with these young people. You got to be direct with them. You got to let them know what's going to happen if you do certain things. And you can't placate it. And young people love boundaries and discipline. And we as adults, we got to give them that.
And that's a good, you know what, you just hit a point, and we can talk some more about this definitely, because there's a lot of things definitely we have to, going back to instructing the young people and teaching them, because when I grew up, different, I'm just 29, but it was very different. It took a village to raise a child. Like the neighbor could discipline me if he or she needed to, and my parents wouldn't mind. But now this is a whole another different thing. But that's a whole different story. National Youth Prevention Week, it starts this Sunday, folks. They're going to have a candlelight vigil at Finley Park. That's going to be at 5 o'clock. And then on Monday, there's going to be a violence prevention fair. We have that information up for you. And log on to our website, watch.com, for more information as how you can get involved. Kim and Lieutenant Felder, thank you so much for being here this morning. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having us.
Stay with us. There's more Good Day coming up right after this.